The war had already burned half the stars when humanity arrived. Huge alien fleets filled the dark space, their ships shining like cold metal monsters. Every world they passed was turned into dust. No one believed Earth could stop them. The alien commanders sat inside a massive command ship. They watched thousands of battles on their glowing screens. They had destroyed many powerful races. Now they were ready to erase humans too. When Earth's fleet appeared, the aliens began to laugh. Human ships were small, slow, and old-looking. They looked weak next to the giant alien warships. But one ship caught their eyes. It was long, dark, and strange. Its surface was not shiny. Its shape was simple and rough. It was called Prototype 7. Alien generals zoomed in on the strange ship. They saw no heavy weapons. No large cannons. No bright shield systems. "This is their secret weapon," one alien commander mocked. "They bring this old thing to face us." The alien leaders laughed loudly. They believed the humans had already lost. On Earth's command ship, the mood was very different. Human officers stood in silence. They stared at the screen showing Prototype 7. Their faces were calm but their eyes were serious. Admiral Hayes, the leader of Earth's fleet, folded his hands. "This is our last chance," he said quietly. "If this fails, humanity falls." Prototype 7 moved forward slowly. It left the human fleet and flew alone into open space. Alien ships aimed thousands of weapons at it. But they did not fire yet. They wanted to watch it fail. Inside Prototype 7, only a small crew sat in dark control seats. Captain Rayner held the main control stick. He could feel the deep power of the ship under his hands. This ship was not built to look strong. It was built to change reality itself. "Entering enemy space," the navigation officer said. "Alien scanners are locking on us." Rayner nodded. "Let them look," he said. "They will not understand what they see." As Prototype 7 flew deeper, something strange began to happen. Alien sensors started to shake. Their screens showed false images. Some ships looked closer than they were. Others looked far away. The alien commanders became confused. "Why are our scanners failing?" one of them asked. "This human ship is doing something," another said. But they still did not feel fear. Only curiosity. Prototype 7 stopped in the middle of the battlefield. It did not fire. It did not move. It only waited. From its engine, a soft dark glow began to rise. The space around it bent like water. Stars behind it looked stretched and twisted. On Earth's command ship, every human held their breath. They had tested this power only once. And it almost destroyed the lab where it was built. Admiral Hayes whispered, "Now we will see if it works." The alien fleets still laughed. They saw no explosion. No weapons. No danger. But space itself began to change. A quiet ripple moved out from Prototype 7. Like a wave on a dark ocean. The aliens did not know it yet. But the war had already started to turn. And the ship they laughed at was about to become their greatest fear. The dark wave from Prototype 7 moved slowly through empty space. At first it looked weak and harmless. The alien fleets still did not fire. They believed this human ship was only a strange show. Their commanders continued to laugh at the small Terran vessel. But when the wave touched the first alien scout ship, something impossible happened. The metal of the ship began to shake. Its shape started to bend like soft clay. In seconds the entire ship vanished into nothing. No explosion. No fire. No sound. Just empty space where a warship had been. The alien commanders froze in silence. Their laughter stopped at once. Their screens showed a missing ship. And no one could explain how it happened. "What weapon was that?" one commander asked in fear. "This is not normal energy," another replied. "Our shields did nothing." Before they could react, the dark wave kept moving. It touched two more alien ships. They twisted and broke apart in the same silent way. Their crews were lost without a single warning. Panic began to spread across the alien fleet. Warning lights filled their control rooms. Their computers showed system errors. Their weapons started to shut down. On Earth's command ship, the human officers watched in shock. They knew Prototype 7 was powerful, but even they did not expect this level of control. Admiral Hayes slowly smiled. "It is working," he said quietly. Inside Prototype 7, Captain Rayner held his breath. The ship was using a huge amount of energy. Every system was pushed to its limit. But the wave was still under control. "Wave is stable," the engineer reported. "Enemy systems are failing across the field." Alien ships tried to fire their lasers, but their weapons did not respond. Missiles refused to launch. Engines began to lose power. One alien fleet tried to move away, but space itself seemed to resist them. Their ships felt heavy, like they were trapped in invisible chains. "This is impossible," an alien commander shouted. "Humans cannot have this technology." The dark wave finally faded, leaving behind broken alien fleets. More than a dozen warships were gone, and many others were disabled. Prototype 7 still stood alone in space, silent and untouched, like a dark shadow among the stars. The alien leaders now looked at the Terran ship with fear. They no longer laughed. They no longer felt strong. They realized they were facing something they did not understand. The war had changed in one moment, and humanity's strange prototype had made its first move. The galaxy would never forget what it saw that day. And this was only the beginning. Fire. After the first attack, the battlefield fell into a strange silence. Alien ships floated in broken lines. Some were still alive but unable to move. Others were nothing more than empty space. The alien commanders stared at their screens in fear. They could not understand what kind of weapon had destroyed their fleets. Their science teams sent urgent reports, but no one had an answer. On Earth's command ship, Admiral Hayes turned to his officers. "It is time," he said calmly. "Let the galaxy see the truth." A secure message was sent to Prototype 7. Captain Rayner received it on his main screen. He took a deep breath, and prepared to reveal what this ship truly was. Prototype 7 was not a normal warship. It did not use lasers or missiles. It did not need heavy armor or shields. It was built around a special engine. An engine that could break the walls of space itself. Human scientists had called it the reality core. It could bend space. It could tear small holes between dimensions. And it could remove objects from this universe. The dark wave was not a weapon. It was a controlled break in reality. Anything it touched was pushed out of normal space forever. Inside Prototype 7, the crew watched the energy levels rise again. The ship was preparing for another wave. But this time it would be stronger. The alien fleets tried to restart their systems. They sent power through damaged engines. Some ships slowly came back online. But fear was already deep in their hearts. "This human ship is not using force," an alien scientist reported. "It is changing space itself." The alien leaders finally understood their mistake. They had laughed at something far beyond their knowledge. They had mocked a power that could erase them without a fight. Prototype 7 began to glow again. The dark light spread across its surface. Space around it started to twist. Stars looked like broken lines. Captain Rayner spoke softly. "All systems ready. Reality core stable." On Earth's command ship, every officer stood in silence. They knew this next move would decide everything. The alien fleets began to send emergency signals. Some tried to retreat. Others tried to form new battle lines. But the space around them felt wrong. Like the universe itself was watching them. The Terran prototype was no longer a joke. It was now the most dangerous object in the galaxy. And the aliens were about to learn what happens when humans stop holding back. Fire. Prototype 7 released another deep wave into space. This time it moved faster and wider. The dark energy spread across the battlefield like a silent storm. Alien ships tried to escape. Their engines burned with all their power. but the twisted space around them pulled them back. One by one, alien warships lost control. Their weapons shut down. Their shields faded. And their systems went dark. Some ships were pushed out of reality. Others were frozen in broken space, unable to move or fight. The alien command ships sent panic signals. Their leaders shouted orders. But nothing could stop what was happening. On Earth's command ship, Admiral Hayes watched calmly. "Do not destroy them all," he said. "Let them see what humans can do." Prototype 7 changed its wave. Now it did not erase ships. It only cut their connection to normal space, leaving them powerless and silent. Alien fleets began to break apart. Some ships tried to surrender. Others turned off their weapons, hoping the Terran ship would spare them. "This is no longer a war," an alien commander whispered. "This is a lesson." Human ships slowly moved forward. They no longer feared the enemy. The alien armada that once ruled the stars was now weak and broken. The galaxy was watching. Other races saw the battle through deep space signals. They saw how one human ship had changed everything. Prototype 7 stayed in the center of the field, like a dark god of space. Silent but unstoppable. The alien leaders sent a final message. "We request peace," they said. "We will leave human space forever." Admiral Hayes looked at the message. Then he looked at the stars. Humanity had been weak once. But not anymore. "The war is over," he said. "And the galaxy now knows our power." The Terran prototype had turned fear into respect. And the balance of the universe had shifted. But one final moment was still waiting. And it would decide the future of all races: fire. The alien fleets slowly powered down their remaining ships. Their weapons were silent. Their engines were weak. They no longer dared to challenge humanity. Messages of surrender filled the deep space channels. Alien leaders accepted defeat. They agreed to leave human space and never return. Prototype 7 remained still in the center of the battlefield. Its dark surface reflected the distant stars. It looked calm. But every race in the galaxy now knew how dangerous it was. On Earth's command ship, Admiral Hayes gave a final order. "Stand down," he said. "The war is finished." Human ships moved forward. They did not fire. They did not chase the enemy. Their victory was already complete. The alien fleets slowly turned away, broken and afraid. They left behind a battlefield that once belonged to them. Deep across the galaxy, other civilizations watched the signals. They saw how a single human prototype had ended a massive war. They understood one clear truth: never laugh at human technology. Prototype 7 began its quiet return to the human fleet. Its mission was done. The impossible weapon had changed history. Captain Rayner finally relaxed in his chair. His crew was safe. Humanity was safe. Earth was no longer seen as weak. It was now a power that could shape the future of space. The galaxy would speak of this day for a long time. They would tell stories about the Terran ship that broke reality and saved a small blue world. From this moment on, humans were not just another race. They were a force the universe had to respect. And the prototype that was once laughed at had become the symbol of human strength. The war was over. But humanity's rise had only just begun. Fire.